Hey everybody, my name is Sean Blaisdell. I'm the Inside General Sales Manager here at PDK. And in today's coaching session, we're going to be talking all about the aux8 board. We're going to cover door monitoring, additional uses of the aux board that you can use aux devices for, and elevator control. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that we, I was going to jump straight into the video, but we need to talk about giving away our free aux board. So make sure you guys comment down below. We'd love to hear what you would use the aux8 board for. So make sure to comment. At the end, we'll be announcing our lucky winner of the aux8 board. So right now we're going to play a video just kind of giving an overview of what the aux8 board is. Let's dive in.
This is the aux8. The aux8 is an easy to install input-output board built to handle any auxiliary device for your system. It is designed to provide additional reporting capabilities and even trigger auxiliary devices using either wet or dry contacts. Common applications for the aux8 are sensor monitoring, elevator control, alarm integration, and push buttons. Specifications for the aux8 are 8 inputs, 8 output relays, a power input, and battery leads. A variety of devices can be wired into any of the aux8's input ports for reporting purposes. The input reports in PDK-IO as a DPS input. Rules can be set up to trigger events or devices tied into the controller's outputs based on this input trigger. The 8 relays are designed to control a number of different triggers such as elevator floors, alarm panels, and even locks. Items you'll need to install this controller are an Ethernet connection, any module kits for alternative communication methods, power using the included transformer or a high voltage converter, and a 12-volt 8-amp-hour backup battery. After being mounted and connected, the aux8 will communicate to the cloud node. Full connection, communication, and configuration settings occurs within our cloud-based software PDK-IO and will be taught in a later lesson.
As you guys can see, the aux8 board is a powerful piece of equipment. But let's talk about door monitoring. Why is installing a DPS beneficial for installers? Well, it's an affordable device that opens enhanced capabilities. And monitored doors is monitored access. If you're not monitoring your doors, you can't possibly monitor your access, and DPSs are a very powerful tool for that. You also get more information when it comes to troubleshooting your system remotely. If you can't tell the status of a door, it's going to be a lot harder to troubleshoot your systems. You can also generate additional RMR opportunities. So imagine getting a notification anytime that a door is propped. Now you can reach out to your customer and let them know that that door is propped and charge a premium service for that. You can also use access control as an alarm system. So this is an alternative to a traditional alarm system because DPSs are essentially door contacts. So it will allow you to monitor the status of your system. Let's talk about why DPSs are beneficial for end users. Well, it's going to allow the end users to view the status of their doors or openings. It's also, through programming, going to allow you to get notification for things like door prop notifications, or if you want to see if a door is open or not. You can also set up notifications to know when a specific user has utilized a door. So there's lots of powerful tools that you could utilize with the DPS within the system. Let's go ahead and take a look at a video on how to install DPS, configure it, and some of the system benefits that you'll get.
A door position sensor is used to monitor the live status of a door, letting the software know when a door is open or closed. Let's wire up a door position sensor to the aux8. When installing a door position sensor, we recommend using a 22-2 shielded wire. Pull the 22-2 shielded wire through the opening of the enclosure. Insert one of the DPS wires into a negative output on the board. Next, insert the remaining wire into input A, which is used to report the status of a door. After connecting the DPS into the aux8 controller, we will need to enable the DPS reporting within the software. In PDK-IO, choose the Configuration tab. Then, find the device that you have configured, and click to view its settings. Scroll down to the section titled Inputs, and hit the plus button next to it. Then, select your input from the drop-down menu. Input A is for door position sensor, so we will leave it selected. Once added, you can add a prop alarm and set the delay time required in order to report this door as prop. This will now allow you to trigger an alarm or alert if your door is ever propped open. To set this, return to the main dashboard and select System Events. Choose the plus button to build a new system event, and then name it Door Prop Alert. Under the schedule, we have multiple options. Always is used when we want this rule to always remain active. Recurring is selected to set up a defined schedule, and single date is used when the rule needs to be applied one day at a time. We recommend keeping it set to always when creating a door prop alarm. From the trigger drop-down menu, select On Propped. From the Action drop-down menu, choose Sound Piezo. Source devices are the doors where information is coming from. Hit the plus button and choose your door as the desired source device. Next, we will need to specify a target device. Under Target Doors, you will have the options to add specific target devices or simply click Same as Source Devices. For this example, check the box to set the target device to be the same as the source device. Scroll down to the section titled Piezo. This section will now allow you to add the duration of the piezo alarm. From the drop-down menu, you can then select repeated beeps, or you can customize the beeps. A door position sensor enables you to monitor the live state of every door on your account. To view this live state, go to States from the main dashboard. Each door, elevator, car, and I/O device will be displayed, showing you its current status. When a door or gate is locked, the icon status will show a gray locked icon. If a yellow unlocked icon is displayed, that opening will be unlocked. After a door position sensor is installed, and the door is open, the device icon will display a yellow open door. If a door has been left open longer than the prop alert time that you programmed in configuration, a door prop alert will display. These capabilities are not available without the installation of a door position sensor. So in order to get the full functionality of PDK, be sure to install a DPS on every door that your customer needs monitoring on.
See, as you can see, wiring up a DPS on your PDK system is just a breeze. All right, let's talk about some additional aux devices that are going to work with the aux8 board. You can add push buttons. So if you wanted to trigger a system-wide lockdown, you can do that with the aux board. You can also integrate it in with a Berg alarm panel as well. You can control lighting, HVAC systems. You can even integrate it in with your intercom system as well. You can also have it trigger piezo alarms based on particular events within the PDK I/O software. All right, let's move on to elevators. That's probably the most common use when it comes to aux boards. So what is elevator access control? Well, really all you're doing with elevator access control is the same kind of concept when you're controlling doors. But in this case, you're going to control specific floors based on what users you want to have access to those floors. What is a good circumstance to use access control for elevators? Well, anytime that you have multiple tenants in a single building, whether that's a skyrise, business complexes, or even if you have all the same tenants, but you only want certain staff to access a certain floor as well. So aux8 boards are definitely amazing for elevators. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at a video on how to wire and configure the aux8 board for your elevators.
PDK also provides the ability to control elevator cars and limit who gains access to specific floors in a building. The first step is wiring the reader inside the elevator car to any PDK door controller. After that has been completed, we recommend using the aux8 board to control access to each elevator floor. This controller will give you control of up to 8 floors. For anything over 8 floors, consider using a Red Max controller and purchase the quantity of aux8 expander boards necessary to control the number of floors that you will need. Once you have the reader installed and the aux8 in place, we will need to wire the floor triggers from the elevator's control panel into the aux8. The first floor generally requires full access at all times, so we will start with the second floor. Take any 2-conductor wire from the second floor trigger in the elevator control panel. Next, install the floor trigger wires into one of the main relays on your PDK board. Insert one wire into common and the other wire into normally open. Be sure to not use jumpers when installing elevator control. Conduct the same wiring method for each floor in sequence. If there is a second car and reader, install a reader in a separate reader port on the same PDK board where you installed the first reader, and then wire the aux8 with the floor triggers for the additional car. We will need to specify these ports as elevator readers and as floor relays. This step is done in our cloud-based software PDK.io. By default, no elevator control option is available from the main dashboard. However, after you add elevator devices to your account, the option to manage elevator access will appear. Let's show you how we add elevator devices. To do this, select Configuration from the main dashboard. Navigate to Discovery and select the magnifying glass icon to find all controllers that have been connected. Once you find the controller that has been wired for elevator control, hover over it and select Add Port. Next, select Elevator from the wizard. We first need to set the primary reader for the elevator. Generally, this is the reader that has been installed inside the elevator car. Next, give it a name and select the port on the board at which the reader has been installed, and click Add. After bringing the reader online, we need to add our floor relays. These are wired from the elevator control panel into the PDK relays on your AUX8. Discover those floor relays by selecting the magnifying glass. Find the controller that holds the elevator floor trigger relays, hover over it, and select Add Port. Once again, select Elevator from the wizard. Because we are adding floor relays, select the option titled Floor Relay. Name the floor, the port for which this floor trigger is wired to, and select Add. Repeat the process for every floor that you wish to have wired up. After all of the floors have been added, return to the main dashboard, where you will now see the option to edit elevators. Click on the option to manage each floor's access levels. To illustrate managing floor access, let's use an example where we will create 3 floor groups. Let's build our first group by selecting the plus button in the bottom right-hand corner. This floor group we will create will be an all-access group. Name the floor group and select the reader that is used inside the elevator car. Next, select the floors that will be accessible for this floor group. Then, hit Save. Now, let's create a floor group for access to only the 3rd floor. Hit the plus button to build the group. Name the group 3rd Floor Access, and choose the elevator car to read. Next, hit the plus button next to floors. Choose the 3rd floor, and save the floor group. Let's create the final floor group. This time, it will be for roof access. Hit the plus button to build the group. Give the group a name, and choose the elevator car's reader. Next, select the floor that will be accessible for all members of this group. In this case, it will be roof. Save the floor group. Now that we have created a few example floor groups, we will need to assign user access to the floor groups. To do this, navigate to the main dashboard and select Groups. Let's first assign access to our all-access floor group. Create a new group, or select one that already exists. We will create an elevator rule by selecting the plus icon next to Rules. Select the Elevator tab, set the schedule, choose an authentication policy, and then select All Access Floor Group. Save the rule. You will now see the new elevator floor rule has been added to the group rules. All members of this group will now have access to the floors programmed in the floor group. Now, let's say that certain members of the staff only need access to the 3rd floor and the roof. To do this, select the group of members and create new elevator rules. Create an elevator rule by selecting the plus icon next to Rules, select the Elevator tab, set the schedule, choose an authentication policy, and then select the desired floor groups. In this case, choose Floor 3. Save the rule. You will now see the new elevator floor rule has been added to the group rules. All members of this group will now have access to the 3rd floor. Next, let's assign the same group of users access to our roof group. Create a new elevator rule by selecting the plus icon next to Rules, select the Elevator tab, set the schedule, choose an authentication policy, and then select the desired floor groups. In this case, choose Roof. Save the rule. You will now see the new elevator floor rule has been added to the group rules. All members of this group will now have access to the 3rd floor and to the roof. Your elevator cars are now fully functional on your PDK system.
So as you guys can see, there's so much you can do with the AUX8 board. I hope that today's coaching session has provided a ton of value. We're going to continue to provide value by answering some more of you guys' questions. So there's already been a ton of comments that I've seen, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of read through these and answer some of these questions. Yehuda said, talking about OSDP, I really want to know more about using credentials of smart cards for other things. So Yehuda, if you want to just email me, it's going to be at the bottom of the screen. It's just Sean@ProdataKey.com. Regarding the OSDP stuff, I'm more than happy to get back to you on that. 8 Electric, I'm planning on using to disarm a legacy security system without accessing the keypad. Love that. You guys are goofy. Your promo stuff is hilarious. I'm thinking of a wide range of applications for automation beyond access control, tripping irrigation, lighting, light deprivation equipment. We are goofy and we have a lot of fun here at PDK, so thank you so much for that. And those are some great applications as well there. That's Greg Louie. David Home, disarm alarm system and control lighting. Yep, love that. Monitoring the front doors of our business. Love that. Why a shielded wire on a DPS? David, if you want to just email me, I will get back to you on that one. I would trigger cameras for the selected doors. Nice. I like that as well. I'm already using DPS terminals to monitor the outputs from my Ultronics AC and battery and send email alerts. Already using the AUX8 board. I love that. That is awesome. Multiple remote door releases. Each release button is labeled in AUX8. You'll be able to see which button opened the door. That is accurate. I will use the AUX8 board for DPS sensors and door releases for wireless remote control and automatic door opener. Nice. You guys are really creative with this. I like it. I will be replacing equipment from another manufacturer where they already have spare terminals on each board, so having the AUX8 gives me enough space for everything. We are planning on using an AUX8 to trigger strobe lights. This is for a building, so anytime there's a test going on, additionally we put strobe lights in the testing room to notify anyone that may be in the room to get out. That's awesome. Live broadcast, love this company. Hopped on board to this YouTube channel from the office skits. Learned more about access control than I ever have from these guys. Awesome. I'm glad you're learning something. Elevator control, we're also thinking of using it as a redundant monitor for lock relay, i.e. to monitor the lock relay actually release a door for critical doors. That's a great idea as well. We do primary fire alarm. This panel will allow us to be able to monitor building controls and the status of certain devices without having to go through the FACP. Mark Howard, that's Bearded Dwight. It is indeed Bearded Dwight. Yeah, it sure is. Is this available already? Yeah, absolutely. AUX board is available. We're installing an AUX8 on 2 elevators today. Love it, man. That's awesome. Love to see it. All right, so no questions in there. Just a lot of really, really good ideas. So, do you guys have any questions on the AUX8 board? Unless I missed one, let me just double check. Oh yeah, there was a question on whether or not the AUX8 is modular. So you can actually add an AUX8 board to our Red Max because it is modular. So you can have the Red Max board, which is an amazing piece of equipment as well. Maybe one day we'll do a coaching session on that. But you can also power the AUX8 board via PoE, which is really cool. And it also has the wireless capability as well. So it is indeed modular, and it's a great addition to the Red Max if you're doing a large system and you have elevators and doors, etc. All right. Any other questions? What are the ratings of the wet contacts? 12? 12 volt. Good question, Greg. I am also planning on using this trigger to handicap opener for specific users. Yes, Yehuda, sorry, I did see that. Maybe I did not read it. But yeah, I did see that. That's a great idea as well. All kinds of stuff you guys can do with the AUX8 board. It's a very creative piece of equipment. So I've seen people use it for all kinds of very interesting things that I wouldn't necessarily think would apply to security. But that's what I love about this industry. There's a lot of creativity. All right. Well, while you guys are thinking of your questions, I'm going to go ahead and find our winner of the free AUX board. All right. We're going to go with Joshua Woodard. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Joshua Woodard. Congratulations, you are the winner of the free AUX board. Make sure you send an email to marketing@ProdataKey.com. They're the ones who are going to get your information and send that out to you. So make sure to send that email as soon as you can, and we'll send you out that free AUX board. All right, any other questions, guys? All right, and then if you have any questions or concerns, you're not currently a partner of PDK, but you want to get started, you can reach me directly. My email is sean@ProdataKey.com. It's right there on the screen, so make sure to reach out. Yes, congratulations, Joshua Woodard. Congrats on that AUX8. Again, make sure you email marketing and they'll get that sent out your way. We really appreciate your time. Hopefully you found a ton of value in this coaching session. We will be back next month, so stay tuned and look forward to seeing you guys in the next live broadcast.